welcome to this Holy Grail Games video. My name is Georgina and today I'm going to be talking to you about Rallyman GT. Rallyman GT is a racing game created by Jean-Christophe Bouvier and illustrated by Loic Musi, and today I'm going to be talking to you about solo mode. Now, for those of you who don't know, the original Rallyman was actually a solo game. So the new version of Rallyman, so the one that's coming out on Kickstarter in November this year, is the new version of Rallyman, Rallyman GT, which has been slightly redesigned to be able to be played multiplayer. So the original game was a solo game and is hence perfectly suited to solo play. Rallyman GT is as well perfectly suited to solo play. So if you are a big fan of solo games, this video is for you. So let's get started. Rallyman GT in solo mode plays in exactly the same way as the basic multiplayer Rallyman GT game. So you will have all of your elements on the table here. So as we've mentioned in previous videos, this is a prototype track. All of the artwork is finalized. There will be a few differences. The cars are going to be just 1 or 2 millimeters bigger and of course in colored plastic. These are printed resin cars that we've made ourselves. The dice are going to be smaller. They will be 16 millimeter engraved dice with rounded edges. All of the rest of the elements are basically finalized now. The art style that you see in the tiles is what you'll be getting. There will be 32 double-sided, so you're going to have a lot of possibilities. You are free to create your own tracks, or you can use the tracks that we provide in the rulebook. So, what makes solo mode different from basic Rallyman GT? Solo mode involves this piece of paper, essentially. So this table allows you to keep track of your scoring as you play Rallyman GT in solo mode. Rallyman GT Solo is a time trial game. So the aim of the game is to get around the track as quickly as possible. So have as few seconds as possible in your time by the time you cross the finish line. You can do 1 lap or several laps. It's entirely up to you. So how does it work? You will have this piece of paper in front of you, so this table, which is available in print and play. It will also be available to be scanned or photocopied from the rulebook. So you will be putting the name of the circuit that you're playing. If you're playing a pre-created circuit, if you're playing your own, make up a name. Underneath, you will be putting your own name. After that, the date, and then, our apologies, this particular one is in French, but you'll be putting the type of tyres that you're driving with, the type of car that you're driving with, and the weather conditions. As you go around the track, at the end of each turn, you will be putting which speed you were in at the end of your turn into the column that concerns the turn that you're currently in. So we've got turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, etc. And then speed 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 and 00 if you spin out. And then at the end of the game, once you've gone around the entire circuit as many times as you've decided to, you add up the time for all of your turns and that makes your overall time. After that, all you have left to do is beat it. You can also attempt to beat times of other players, so the other players will be able to put their times onto our website. So there will be places where you can find out how fast other people are going and attempt to beat their times on your own at home. So, what else is different? There are very few other differences to Rallyman GT in solo mode. The only big difference is the focus tokens make a bit of a difference at the end of the game. They allow you to subtract time from your overall score. And also the weather. Basically, in Rallyman GT solo mode, there are no weather changes. So for those of you who are familiar with the rules of the game, if you spin out, there are damage tokens in this bag here. You draw as many damage tokens as stated on your dashboard, and some of these are weather tokens, which change the weather conditions. In Rallyman GT solo mode, there are no weather tokens. So if you draw a weather token, then it counts as a green flag, meaning it has no effect. So at the start of your game of Rallyman, you will set it up as normal. So here I've set up my track for Rallyman GT. My car is in pole position with its speed marker in 0. See, I'm not moving yet. And I have all of my speed markers in front of me. I have my dashboard, I have my gaming aid, and of course I have my dice. So I can now start playing. The game, as I said before, is exactly the same. I'll be giving a little bit of an explanation of how to play the game here. Of course, I'm not going to go over all the rules of the game again. For the rules of the game, feel free to watch any of our other rule videos. You can also download the rules for Rallyman GT. in the description of this video and also on our Kickstarter page, on our website and on Board Game Geek. So let's get started. I'm going to start by planning my trajectory on the track as for a normal Rallyman game. So I will play 1, 2, 3, and I will actually come into that at a diagonal. So I will come across here at 4. And so to avoid the automatic warning that I will get if I cross this particular space in 4, I'm going to coast and coast again. I could accelerate up to 5, that's going to be making it really risky and it will make my next turn pretty difficult. If I spin out, that will add a lot of seconds to my overall time. I don't really want that to happen, so I'm probably going to stop here. What I will do, however, is attempt to gain some focus tokens by going flat out, meaning by rolling all of my dice at once instead of one by one. So here I go, wish me luck. Success! I only got 1 warning sign, so I am absolutely fine. So I will have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, coast, coast. I believe I ended up there. 1, 2, 3, check this so that nobody shouts at me. 1, 2, 3, 4, coast, coast, indeed. So I'll put my speed token as usual next to my car in the speed that I was in. Can remove my 0. And then on my piece of paper here, I can note down that in turn 1, I ended in 4. And it's as simple as that. So I get to start my next turn immediately as I'm playing by myself. So the same rules apply. I have to roll the dice in ascending or descending order, and I can only roll each die once per turn. So I'm currently in 4, which means I can start either in 4 or in 3. I'm going to go straight into 3 to avoid having any problems. I'm then going to go to 2 because I have to be in 2 to get around this corner safely. Entering from this, I don't get the automatic warning that I would otherwise have gotten. And then I'm going to coast, and take this corner in 1. Now, this is a strategic choice I can make. I can either try and get along the track faster, which will allow me to save a turn, or I can finish my turn in 1. So in this case, it may be worth perhaps finishing my turn in 2nd rather than going all the way down to 1. I did, however, forget to take my focus tokens from last turn, which was kind of the point of rolling my dice all at once. I rolled 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 2 coast dice, so I get 6. Here we go. You know what? I'm gonna take the 1 away because I would like to finish this turn in 2nd. So here we go. I roll them at once all again. What's the worst that could happen? We're fine. I got 1 warning there as well. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. I end up here in 2nd. And so on turn 2, I go into 2nd. So that's basically how it works. It really is as simple as that. I will continue like this for as many turns as it takes for me to finish my lap. I've decided that for this solo game, I would only do 1 lap of the circuit. So at the end of the game, I will take the number of ticks that I have in each line, sorry, not column. So for example, in 4, well, I only ended my turn in 4th once. So that means I will add 20 seconds to my overall time. I ended my 2nd turn in 2nd gear, so that adds 40 seconds to my time. Obviously, if I'd played through all of my turns, then I would have possibly several marks in the same line for gear 2, for example. So if I had 2 marks in line 2, then I would multiply 40 seconds by 2 as I finished 2 turns in gear 2, and that would add that amount of seconds to my time. That's 80 because maths. And then at the end of the game, once I've added up my overall time, I calculate how many seconds I gained from my focus tokens. So in this case, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 4 that I just gained from having rolled my 4 dice together. So that's a total of 10, which would allow me to subtract 10 seconds from my overall time. And that's it. You simply play as many laps as you want, calculate your overall time by the way I just showed, so adding up the number of seconds multiplied by the number of times you ended a turn in that speed, and then you have your overall speed, and all you have left to do is try and do better next time. So Rallyman GT in solo mode is obviously a little bit different to the multiplayer mode in terms of play sensation. In Rallyman GT solo mode, it's really all about risk management, trying to get as far and as fast as possible without spinning out, because that will add a lot of seconds to your time. Focus tokens are also very interesting, and it gives you an extra strategic choice to make, because in the end of the game of solo mode, you will be able to subtract seconds from your time based on how many focus tokens you have left. So are you going to spend them to attempt to secure your dice rolls, or will you leave them to be able to subtract seconds from your time at the end of the game? It's a game, as I said before, that's really designed to be played in solo mode. Originally, the original Rallyman game was a solo game, so it works really well, and I think you're all going to have great fun playing it. So for all of you fans of solo mode out there, I hope that this video has been helpful to you and that you'll have a great time playing Rallyman GT in solo. If you're watching this during the Kickstarter, please feel free to ask us any questions that you might have in the comments section. You can also contact us on Facebook, you can get in touch with us on Twitter or by email. It's entirely up to you. We're always happy to answer. So enjoy the campaign, everyone. We hope to see you there. Bye!